Hello, my name is Aidan Novak, and I will be talking about Fred Phelps, the former leader of the Westboro Baptist Church. I believe he is immoral because of how he beats his children with a mattock, he harasses bereaving families of soldiers and the LGBT community in general, and he practices a radical form of egotism. I'll start off with my first point. He beats his children with a mattock. In many cultures, it's usually acceptable to beat your children, but I believe their idea of beating your children is you're spanking their behinds. You're not. They get hurt, but they still come out of it all right. He has chosen to beat his children with a metal farming tool with sharp edges. That thing is gonna cause some damage. Um, if not, well, definitely physical damage. It's a mattock, for God's sake, but I digress. Definitely physical damage, and possibly emotional and mental damage down the line. Like, that's some PTSD making stuff right there, being beaten with a mattock, physically and mentally scarring. No regard for the safety of his own children, even when he's beating them, or really, doesn't seem that he even cares about it. Mattock again. Now, on to the second point. What the Westboro Baptist Church actually does, what he this what he formed, is they go out and they harass bereaving families of soldiers and the LGBT community. How do they do this? Well, usually they'll picket LGBT events or the funerals of those soldiers, which is an especially despicable thing, I think, because these people are trying to mourn their lost family member and they're outside the funeral screaming, "God hates fags," which is, well, not the kind of thing I think your grandma wanted to hear at her grandchild's funeral. And generally unwelcome, unsolicited. Nobody really wanted them there. Very annoying. And why are they doing this? One might ask. I feel I should clarify. They believe that the soldiers who are fighting for America are also supporting homosexuality because America supports homosexuality. So, in a sense, the soldiers are fighting so homosexuals can exist. Now, because this is really all revolving around homosexuals, why does he want to focus on homosexuals? Well, some would say, he wants to save their souls. And if he's really trying to save everyone's souls, one might also say that that makes him an altruist. Not a radical egotist, but I do think he is still a radical egotist because, well, he's not actually really helping anyone. I have a quote from James Fraser, a professor of philosophy at the University of Tennessee Martin, and he defined altruism as the altruistic, I should rather say, a an altruist motto, I'll say, is that an action is morally right if the consequences are more favorable to everyone except the agent. The agent being the altruist themselves. Now, it's not really benefiting anyone else, is it? Like, these people clearly don't want their souls saved, and he's trying to save the souls. And even if they aren't interested in getting the soul saved, they aren't going to listen to anything he really has to say. They're just going to dismiss him as being annoying, I feel. So he's not really getting any soul saving done. In fact, he's just being a general nuisance by showing up and picketing funerals and telling the LGBT community how they're all going to hell. So he's not helping anyone. He's just being annoying, really. And it's to the detriment of everyone who's hanging around, just minding their own business at that funeral. It's very disrespectful, I would say. No one wants their soul to be saved. He's trying to save it anyway. And in fact, I feel like that this could signal that he's not doing this to benefit others in general. He's doing this for him. He's doing it because he wants to spread the rhetoric, regardless of whether or not anyone else wishes to hear it. So that is why I believe that Fred Phelps is in fact an amoral figure. He beats his children with a matic, he harasses bereaving families, and generally a radical egotist. Thank you.